Yoga and Life Management.
Our next panelist is Ms. Maja Milićević from Serbia. She is a teacher of Transcendental Meditation. She is the founder of Holistic Academy Maja in Belgrade, established on the unity of Eastern wisdom and Western medicine. She gained the Vedic knowledge of Ayurveda, Vastu and Yoga from one of the foremost teachers of today, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. She is specialized in therapeutic yoga and individual training approach with Yogacharya Jedranko Meklik, and successfully teaches and shares the skills in the school to many students and professional athletes. Maja studied the ideal system of exercises for the spine with Maharshi Swami Dev Murthy. Pulse diagnosis and Marma massage she learned from Dr. Ernest Krott, director of the Academy of the German Society for Ayurveda. She has developed and designed therapeutic yoga techniques and individual approach according to the individual physiology, age and health conditions.
I welcome our next panelist, Professor Amandio Figueiredo from Brazil. In Greece, he started practicing yoga. He is founder of several associations of yoga and other asanas. He is a founding member of several Ayurvedic institutions in Portugal. In 2003, he got training in Ayurveda under the guidance of Dr. Jose Ruge. He participates in the preparation of meetings of the EUAA in Germany, being the founding member. He exercises the clinical practices of Ayurveda in various centers. From Norway, Ms. Ingunn Hagen. She is professor in Department of Psychology, University of Trondheim. She has done yoga teachers training, coaching training. She is a clinical psychologist, PhD in Mass Communication Media Studies, University of Bergen. She has done many research projects like Hippocampus, promoting mental health and well-being among young people through yoga, yoga for employees, yoga and mindfulness in school, and many others. She is International Advisor, Europe International Seminar, Ujjain Yoga Life Society, member of International Association of Communication and Research, member of International Association of Media and Communication Research, member of European Communication Research Association. Her recent publication includes the Oxford Handbook of Digital Technology and Society, Oxford University Press 2020, Yoga for Psychology Wellbeing in Modern Life and Context, Revitalizing Audiences, Innovation in European Audience Research, London, Yoga in Human Life in a Digital Age, Yoga, and many more. She has attended many national and international conferences. Panel, we also have with us Ms. Anna Gelovikova. She is founder and chairman of Slovak Indian Friendship Society and coordinator of the projects. As director of Mental Health Center in Liptov Jakubovany, she has been leading training for the psychophysical and psychospiritual awareness. She has developed the relaxation and stress management training methods. She has been running yoga courses in many towns in Czechoslovakia since last 52 years. Dr. Anna is also a chairman of Slovak Anti-Poverty Network and executive coordinator, European Anti-Poverty Network in Brussels. She is a co-founder and chairman of Parliament World Religious Slovakia. Today's panel discussion will be moderated by Dr. Vikrant Singh Tobar, convener United Consciousness. Dr. Tobar is an acknowledged trainer, academician, scholar, writer, and a management consultant. He's a freelance trainer and served the cabinet ministers of state, MLAs, police officers, and tycoons of business world. His aim and objective is universal brotherhood and happiness through harmonizing the knowledge from the ancient scriptures into our lives. So I welcome all our guests for panel discussion.
Namaste, namaste. We acknowledge presence of Dr. Ingunn. Namaste, namaste Amandio ji. We acknowledge your presence. Namaste Maya ji. We acknowledge your presence. Namaste Anna ji. Acknowledged. And we welcome all our audience watching us from all 6 continents of the world. And we are going to discuss today a very important topic, yoga and life management. So when we see Facebook, I at times feel that there is a status in Facebook, and they say status, and it is written at times complicated. So the status of life on earth is complicated. We have seen lots of mental pressures on youth. A big percentage of population has reported has not been happy in life. A big percentage of population depends on ecstasy drugs to be happy and satisfied in life. There are many work-life balancing issues. There are many problems like generation gaps, bullying, different aspects of life, whether it is social, political, cultural, everything seems complicated in this 21st century. So the question automatically comes to us is, how and what yoga can contribute in making lives less complicated? If not revolutionary changes, at least bring some evolutionary changes. So let me begin this discussion with Dr. Ingun. You have done lots of research with youth, kids, and students. So looking at the complication of life with youth goes through, I will be very happy if you can maybe in 2 lines mention about what are the complications, and then if you can start explaining what yoga can contribute in that, in brief. Over to you, Dr. Ingun.
Yes, young people all over the world are facing lots of challenges today, partly due to a neoliberal performance culture that puts a lot of pressure on them. And while we all benefit from technological developments, internet, social media, they also put a lot of pressure on people. People have to show themselves, they try to connect with others online. And this is becoming the social reality of young people. That's where they meet their peers. And they feel so strongly that they have to be evaluated all the time. And many people in surveys, they express that they feel more lonely than before. And a recent national survey over many years in Norway, it was a longitudinal study, showed that as much as 44% of the girls were more impacted, were depressed, and also had a lot of challenges in their lives. So they felt very stressed. So this is a sad situation. So the young people are doing worse than adults and mature people, much worse.
A very important research report Ingunji shared with us, and she said that 44% of the population of the girl who were responding to the research were found that they felt depressed. And she also mentioned the impact of internet, media, and everybody has to do a kind of propaganda to sell themselves, to be noticed, and every moment we are judged. In this society where people are judging us, how to manage our life, Maja ji?
Well, welcome to all of you, and thank you, Dr. Vikram. I think that these days are really not easy, and definitely we need new scenario completely. And what we need really for us and for the people is that we take some time for us to go deeply inside. We need time for us, and we must feel the rest, deep rest inside. So I think that I can't manage my life or my company if I can't manage myself. I need to come back to myself, feel this silence, feel this peace, love, real happiness, and then come back in the world and share this with the people. I think this is the only way how I can be, good wife or good mother, or very good director in company. So the first step, come back to yourself.
Mm-hmm. Maja ji mentioned the first step, that search within yourself, take time on self, and she probably is trying to say enough of time on selfies. Let's focus on self. What is your take in this, Amandioji?
Well, welcome everybody. Thank you, Dr. Vikan, for this beautiful invitation, and everybody that I like to hear and see, Jung, Maja, and Anna. I think that's the problem that we have now is a war in Europe, you know. So everybody is afraid, and it is not easy to live here. And some experience that we can have now that I go to my 80 years in yoga, and we see that here in this part of Europe, the Portugal, close to the Atlantic Sea, we have the difficulty to our experience with yoga and see the results that yoga can bring to us and to support these difficult moments. The science is everywhere, but I think that the science is from the particular to justify the whole, but always separate. And we in yoga, we try to tell the people that we are a particle in the whole world. And that's why we are here with the difficulty to transmit. And we see that we know in Patanjali, that is always my reference: illness, hunger, doubt, negligence, laziness, worldliness, delusion, no achievement of a stage, instability. These 9 cause the mind to be distracted and are the obstacles that we can see in our young people and old people. And we have one class one day with 20 people, and the other day 4 people. And we can see that the Ashtanga yoga, the 8 steps are so important to give to all these people that the difficult, but never give up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Amandioji listed a list of concerns, what is making life complicated. And he raised an important concern, that is distracted mind. And probably mobiles are the weapons of mass distraction and even social media. So we have Dr. Anna with us. Dr. Anna has been working in society, underprivileged sections of the society. He has been fighting and speaking for them. So Dr. Anna, in order to increase the positivity in life, how can we decrease this distraction of mind? Any yogic approach, how can I make my mind more focused and increase the quality of life?
It's a very good question. I am very happy to be with you. And especially today, we face not only small or middle stress, but we have chronic stress situations. With COVID 2 years now, again COVID is coming, and war, several places are in war, in Europe, Ukraine, Russia, and this situation makes us very fragile and mind distracted. There is yesterday was information about 2 decades research. United World Health Organization, that 1 billion of people suffer mind distraction. How to solve it? I finished 2009 my thesis and was approved of my research work about how to change motivation stress management by yoga to the motivation for mental and spiritual development of human by yoga. And in the research team were 40 people which were motivated as for yoga life management, and there were 24 people motivated for stress management and 133 persons motivated to begin with yoga and to change life and remove mind distraction. And result was that we need these 40 people which already practice yoga for life management. They all these people told that what was helpful for them to be happy, to be positive minded, to be without toxic emotions. They told it was especially guru-disciple relation. They found their guru, Atma Vichara. It was 5 koshas, as today also Guruji Nagendraji nicely explained these 5 koshas. Then it was Kundalini Yoga, Shankaracharya, non-duality, Vedanta, Advaita, Patanjali Yoga, and especially Vedic mantra Tattvamasi. And I quickly finish that it was 2009, and last year in Czech Republic were published Yoga magazine, and 80% from these topics were explained and written in this magazine. So it looks, even without strong guru relation, because the authors of this magazine articles, they are not disciples, it looks that it naturally follow towards people who practice yoga, that naturally they become more peaceful, more positive minded, and well-being. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Anna-ji mentioned that, if I heard correctly, 1 billion people report, 1 billion every 8th person, it means, feels that he feels distracted. In this distracted world, media, social media, internet, and this neoliberal culture, as Ingunji mentioned, has really contributed. Ingunji, if youth are listening us today, what should they do to bring their focus back on, as Maja ji said, on self? What should be done? How can yoga contribute and help them?
I think the way I see it as a human being, as a psychologist, as a person concerned about the development of the world, I feel that yoga really is one of the best tools, yoga, meditation. And I think for young people, the last project I was involved with, Hippocampus, which was a European project, we were concerned about having yoga into schools. And the reason why having yoga in schools is that then you reach all the young people if you can get it into school. And I think yoga is such an excellent tool for improving health, including mental health, and also happiness, because it's a way of having constant awareness and increasing our balance in life, increasing our contentment. For me, yoga is a tool for human evolution and growth. It's the way we can become a better version of ourselves, and also a balanced human being, a content human being, a healthy human being, and also to be part of a yogic community and feel that you're part of the universe. So for young people also, this is very important. And I think also young people can develop more fruitful attitudes through yogic counseling that can be offered to them. And many young people today, they are very conscious, they are very aware, they're very concerned about the state of the earth, the climate changes, the war in Ukraine. There are lots of things they are concerned with, and they want to contribute positively. But like Maja said, people have to start with themselves. They have to learn to go inward. They have to learn to be at peace. Otherwise, the state of the world is very unpredictable. Like a year ago, we didn't expect the war in Ukraine, for example.
As Dr. Ingun said that yoga, if introduced in schools, can help in contributing in health and happiness. She mentions a word balance. It may create balance in life. Maja ji, you mentioned 2 tips initially. Now, how can yoga contribute in creating balance in life? Any reflections from you?
Yeah, also we must come back to ourselves. We need time for that. And we must learn some technique. So first step will be find time and then find the best teacher. This is the best way they can see all of us and hear something. So if they don't know, they must learn some meditation. For me, one of the best is transcendental meditation, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. I learned very early. So this is the one of the best results. Again, we need to go inside to feel this peace and come back. Also this compassion, feeling of compassion with another people. So inside, we must feel this peace and rest a little bit, because it's so quickly, everything so quickly. So we need time for us. Also, we must take some basic yoga asanas. I think people sit so many times, especially young people, for computer, you know, all this in the companies. We need this basic yoga asana, especially for the spine, for the back. So we must feel this. If we do regular meditation in these asanas, we must have results. Every day we will repeat and we will feel much better. Our focus, our concentration, and also flexibility. I can say something from my experience just for one moment. Before this discussion, I didn't have internet and I didn't have electricity. So it was stress for 1 minute. And I said, okay, I have telephone. But then everything was okay. This is yoga. This is life. I mean, it's stress, but we will find some solution. So,
thank you.
Thank you.
Maja ji said that with yoga, it is not a guarantee you won't have stress, but yes, you'll bounce back very fast. That's amazing. So Amandio ji, you in your last conversation, you mentioned about love beyond divisions. Another problem of today's life is interpersonal relationships are deteriorating. So how yoga can contribute in making you feel more compassionate, more loving towards others? We talk about global peace, and we are not peace with our next door neighbors even. Or leave alone next door neighbors, we are not with peace with our relatives under the same roof. How yoga can contribute in establishing love and compassion in the world?
Thank you. It's very difficult. I think that the most important thing is yoga starts for Miyama and starts by Ahimsa. And now we are in the other side of the Ahimsa, and it's my problem with the youth here in Portugal and with all people that go to my class and to the teachers formation, even in Ayurveda, yoga therapy, and everywhere. I have to make some always to go to the contact, maybe that Maja has said, to remove the obstacles that we have. The constant practice of a truth or principle must be to go with us to the compassion that Patanjali says in the Sutra 1, in the Samadhipada. The mind is made clear by cultivating attitudes of cordiality, compassion, joy, and indifference to happiness, misery, virtue, and vice, respectively. I found some text to read and to compare Orient and Occident, like Shankaracharya, and with the Ibn Arabi and Master Eckhart from Europe. We can be these mystics, can put us in the life of spirituality, and inside of our heart, we can see and found some silence to be in action, not to be retreated, but to be in action with this heart force.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Amandio ji. He mentioned the importance of yamas and niyamas, particularly ahimsa. He also mentioned about Brahma Vihara and the contribution of Adi Shankaracharya. Dr. Anna, last time you said about finding a guru will really help in getting life more balanced and better managed. Many times people say, how to know that the person is the true guru? How to assure that, yes, this is the person I should go to? One or two things that you would like to mention, how to identify the right guru for life management.
Hello.
Yes.
I found in my experience that to find true guru is as when small child is in the garden and there are more mothers and more children and playing, but every child knows through inner feeling who is its mother and running to his or her mother. So such way we can feel when true guru is coming, but there is a huge of gurus and also, as we used to tell in Czechoslovakia, Kengurus, German language keine guru. So not gurus, not true gurus. But when we begin with yoga, practicing yoga, it's a short time, we will have more and more viveka to distinguish true and lie, and through this practicing we can change and go to another course where is not so much focus only on money and physical exercising, but also inner contact and spirituality and mental health.
Thank you, Dr. Anna. Dr. Engun, quick tips, executionable tips, audience watching us, what should they do from tomorrow to make their life better with yoga? So any executionable tips, one or two in minimum words.
Okay, I think many tips has been mentioned, but I think one important aspect of yoga is that it teaches us to relax. So people can be in a very stressed condition, as many have spoken about now, but the way yoga teaches us to relax through doing pranayama, to the Spanda Nispanda aspect of yoga, and many relaxation techniques that are part of yoga. And this way we can become in a more balanced state and be more able to discriminate what is right and wrong, make good choices in terms of life, healthy life, happy life, and also to try to develop ourselves. And you were asking about our relationships. Are they good when we are stressed, or are they good when we are relaxed or at peace? These are very easy to understand. So yoga is really a life empowering tool for young people and also for adults. And those who are lucky to learn yoga early, they have a tool for a good life.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Maja ji, any quick tips you would like to add?
Is to be thankful. You know, in the morning you woke up, opened the eyes and said, oh my God, I'm alive. Thank you, God. Thank you. I have one day more to, you know, accomplish something nice.
Mm-hmm. Thank you very much. Amandio ji, any quick tip?
The only thing that I can say now is maybe that I am not with a good connection.
Yes, please speak.
But I think that Hemi Blasio has talked about pranayama. I'm thinking about that if you can go to the yama sun and pranayama that Hemi Blasio talk, we can give to the young people and to the next generation something that to be here and now, present. Thank you.
Thank you. Anna ji.
Then the other step.
Yes. Amandio ji, completely.
Dharana Dhyana.
Thank you. Thank you. Anna ji.
Who listened to us today, just now, we live this year, live in presence. So please continue. There are another meetings, another panel discussions. So continue, listen to us, and you will surely receive our power to do some first steps. And I also ask lecturers and yoga teachers for innovative approach to yoga, that, for example, young people need to know how emotional social development implement, and we should use new words little bit that they can understand. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. So, dear friends who are watching us from different parts of the world, we had a wonderful discussion with the panel of experts here. Ingunji started saying that it's the neoliberal culture which largely depends on internet media and propaganda, where people judge each other, and that's why people feel lonely. 44% of the population, where girls were surveyed, they felt that they were depressed. And where in that, Maja ji added that the journey begins from self. Instead of selfie, let's focus on self. When you get the man right, you get the manager right. First, you need to get the man right. And she said, for this, first things first. Prioritize your life through proper time management. Identify a good teacher, which Anna ji also added that a guru is must. For Atma Vichara, give time for yourself, focus on self. And Maja ji added in that, go for transcendental meditation that works for her. Second thing, she said that develop compassion, maybe through compassion meditation. She said that do asanas particularly connected with your spine. And whenever you do asanas, try to do it daily, long enough, and probably at the same time as far as possible. It will bring your flexibility to your mind and body both. And if nothing else, at least by regular practice, you will develop ability to bounce back very fast. And this is what. And Dr. Ingun also said that through her project, she realized that yoga should be introduced in school, because if it is introduced, as they say, catch them young. If it can be taught in schools at the early ages, then health and happiness will be developed, and they will have more awareness of themselves. They'll have more balanced life. She also used the word called yogic counseling. Schools needed counseling against bullying and everything. If the counseling will be yogic, they will be able to see love beyond divisions, as Amandio ji mentioned. And by this counseling, probably they can get more focused mind instead of distracted mind. As Anna ji mentioned that 1 billion population seems to have feeling distraction, and yoga inspires and reduces the stress. So it is very important to identify the right guru. And how to find the right guru? Child finds the mother by itself. Your heart will tell you whenever you are in front of the right guru, if you are a true seeker. And she also said that listen to the masters, follow satsanga. Amandio ji also added in that if you really want to begin with yamas and niyamas. He probably again want to focus upon follow ahimsa in life, never to hurt anybody. Santosha, tapa, swadhyaya, ishvara, pranidhana, and all yamas and niyamas. And he also mentioned the importance of pranayama. These things, if done properly, it will help us to be here and now. Ingunji said, follow relaxation meditation, spanda, nishpanda, and pranayama, and that will help you to be peace with self. And a person who is in peace with self will be peace with surrounding also. Thank you very much, friends. I hope that you will be enjoying. You must have enjoyed listening to the masters as I enjoyed.
Dr. Vikarat and all of you. Thank you. Thank you. Namaste.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure to welcome and introduce our next guest, Mr. Merkan Dede from Turkey. He is Montreal-based musician, producer, DJ who believes that by putting together the digital electronic sounds along with handmade human sounds, we can create the universal language capable of uniting old and young, ancient